Welcome to my light bulb moments. Let's check out my commodorizer64 effect.
Aha!
The commodorizer64 is an effect I wrote in Python to make video look like a retro C64 video game. It features dither adjustment, both C64 color modes, and possibly the truest C64 color palette there is. Let's see how it works. So let's start with the high-res mode version. And so this one, we import, well actually for both of them they're about the same, but with a few modifications. So let's just start with this one to get an idea what's going on here. So first we import the different libraries we need. We also define this function here to quantize to a palette. Then we got our palette down here, and we put a palette together. And then we go in here, this is where we prompt for the file extension, and we open it into FFmpeg somewhere along the line. But right now we're just prepping to open it. We initialize some stuff, and then we open the output and then the input. I think, yeah, we open the output and the input. Now this while true here, or while one, would loop forever if it wasn't for this break down here. So we loop for each of the frames until we get to where we don't have a frame and it gives us an error, and then it branches out of the loop. But when we're on frame 0, we allow to test a few different settings right in this section here and up to right here, it looks like. So we preview, we do an initial preview, we say is it good, then we can adjust it if it's not good, and then continue adjusting it as we go. And then once we get it the way we want, then we come down here, and this is where it will blend and stuff like that to get each frame. It'll do this over and over, and it'll generate a preview for every 30 squared frames. And yeah, I had a few typos there, so but anyway, now as for the differences in the two of them, there are a couple. The palette stays the same, but we open a different dithering image, and that's the difference there. And then we also rescale to different size than normal. So like over here we import, well first of all we import the video frame, but then later on we then change the size. So on the high res we have 320 by 200, but on this one we only have 160 by 200. And there's a reason for that, because it has rectangular pixels. The dithers look like this, where we have wide pixels on dither and small pixels on dither 2. So that's where the dithering comes in. And then so we also have the colors on this one. This is the multicolor mode. It has 4 different colors per block. And by the way, on the other one we only have 2, but by the way, this whole part, like right here where it does these 2 nested for loops, is where it actually constrains each color block to the different colors. So in each 8x8 color block, we can either have 4 or 2 colors. In this case we need 2, and in this case we need 4. Then that's the main differences, and it just repeats some of that in certain places. Like right here, we have 2 colors again, we have the size again, and over here we have 4 colors and the size is different, 160. And that's pretty much all there is to it. The dithering can be adjusted to make it to where you can see it good enough for viewing. And so that's basically the gist of it. Yep. So what's happening here is we have a palette of 16 colors that matches the Commodore 64, and we apply that first, then we apply the limitation for each color cell. So that's the basic flow of the way it renders each frame. And so that's how it works. If you'd like to see this video commodorized, the link is in the description. Also check out my 3D printing channel, Spool to Cool. Link is also in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. If you'd like to see this video commodorized, check it.
Secret.
Ah.